Tonight, Donald Trump pleads not guilty to allegations he tried to overturn the 2020 election. The former president facing criminal charges in a federal courtroom.
This is a persecution of a political opponent.
Accused of a conspiracy that fueled the January 6th riots.
We're talking about the bedrock of American democracy.
Inside the overdose crisis on First Nations.
The drugs are getting worse and the drugs are getting more addictive.
An escalating emergency as grieving families call for more support. Plus, Taylor Swift finally sets her sights on Canada. Look what you made me do. The frenzy as the megastar adds Toronto to her extended world tour.
Very excited, yes. We will fly here. We're from Nova Scotia.
CTV National News with Omar Sachedina. Reporting tonight, Heather Butts.
Good evening. Donald Trump was back in Washington today, this time as a criminal defendant. The former president pleaded not guilty to charges that he conspired to overturn his election loss.
So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. We can't let this happen in America.
Trump left his golf club in New Jersey earlier this afternoon in a motorcade to the airport for the flight to Washington and a hearing that lasted about 30 minutes. A crowd gathered outside the courthouse, while among those inside, 3 police officers who were there on January 6, 2021. When Trump's supporters rampaged in an attempt to return him to power. CTV's Heather Wright reports from the courthouse in Washington tonight.
This is the courthouse where dozens of rioters have been tried and sentenced for their roles in the January 6th insurrection. Today, Donald Trump joined them.
Bunch of criminals!
They gathered outside the federal courthouse, protesters and Donald Trump supporters, here to witness the former president's third arraignment in 4 months, this time on charges he tried to overturn the 2020 election. Trump's plane landed at Reagan International Airport just before 3, waving as he walked down the stairs to his motorcade, which then weaved through D.C. before pulling up to the back entrance of the courthouse, just steps away from the U.S. Capitol, where the deadly insurrection took place. He was fingerprinted, but no mugshot was taken, and Trump was seen twiddling his thumbs as he waited for the hearing to begin. When it did, he pleaded not guilty to all 4 charges. The appearance was brief, and Trump was soon on his way back to New Jersey.
This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary.
While Trump is leading in the Republican race, this indictment was handed down by a grand jury and follows an investigation by the special counsel and the January 6th committee. Trump is charged with conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding and attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against the right to vote. In the indictment, prosecutors say Trump was determined to remain in power after losing the election, and that he and 6 unindicted co-conspirators peddled lies which led to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
What we saw on January 6th did, in fact, prohibit Congress from actually doing its job. Somebody has to be held accountable for that.
Trump's defense will likely center on his right to free speech, his lawyers arguing this latest indictment is criminalizing the First Amendment, an argument dismissed by his former Attorney General, Bill Barr.
No, I really don't think that's a valid argument. Free speech doesn't give you the right to engage in a fraudulent conspiracy.
Political expert Eric Ham says it won't be hard for prosecutors to show Trump went far beyond speaking and took action.
You attempted to stop the American people who voted. I mean, because again, we're talking about the bedrock of American democracy.
Trump is currently facing 78 charges in 3 different cases, with another indictment potentially to come involving election meddling in Georgia.
This case will be back in court at the end of the month. The special counsel has said he wants a speedy trial, but Trump's attorneys say they need time to go through all the evidence. Heather.
Okay, Heather, and you were outside the courthouse as this all unfolded today. What was it like being there among the crowd?
Well, there was a huge crowd here, a huge media presence, and a lot of security, police officers from the Secret Service, the Department of Homeland Security, and local police here for this court appearance. Now, when Trump arrived in that motorcade, everything went eerily quiet. It was almost as if the crowd was waiting to see him. We did not get a glimpse of him outside the courthouse. He went inside through a basement entrance, and then it quickly left after the appearance was done. The rain started, and the crowds disappeared.
Heather Wright reporting from Washington. And there were tense moments outside the Manitoba legislature today. A protester confronted a security guard after a peaceful march through downtown Winnipeg. A large crowd gathered to pressure the government to search a landfill for the remains of 2 Indigenous women. One family is hopeful after meeting the federal Crown Indigenous Relations Minister.
It brought me to tears. Him telling us we're going to get this work done.
The province has previously said it does not support a search. We have a look now inside a First Nations community dealing with the opioid epidemic. The Chippeawas of Nawash, located on the shores of Georgian Bay in Ontario, has declared a state of emergency. CTV's Donna Sound on the impact of the crisis and the calls for help.
This is a community in mourning.
Desperate situations take desperate action.
The Chippeawas of Nawash First Nation in Ontario has issued a state of emergency due to the opioid crisis.
In the last 5 years, we've had over 45 deaths drug-related to the opioid crisis.
And that's in a community of only 3,000 people, where almost everyone has been affected, including Chief Veronica Smith, who lost her son to an overdose.
He had a long-standing addiction that over the years it was getting worse, and the drugs are getting worse.
Natalia Kijik-Lisk. She was a very talented...
Jacqueline Kijik reads what she's written about her daughter, who died of an overdose just over 3 months ago.
I feel like it was trauma that led her to the outcome.
She was taken from her by the Children's Aid Society at age 7. Her mother says Natalia never recovered from the trauma.
But I fought as hard as I could for her and advocated.
The Chief and Council is asking for more services, supports, and resources from Ottawa and the province, but says any decisions need to be made by First Nations people.
With residential school, murdered and missing women, we have different history and we require different, we have different needs.
This is an epidemic all over the country. In British Columbia, illicit drugs are killing First Nations people at 5 times the rate of BC's general population. Most of the deaths happen in private homes.
She said travel in good spirits, always.
A return to living and traveling in good spirits and stopping the crisis is what this and many other First Nations are hoping for.
Love heals.
Donna Sound, CTV News, Chippeawas of Nawash First Nation.
Shoppers ran in panic through a South Korean mall today after a terrifying attack left at least 14 people injured. The rampage began with a man ramming a car onto a sidewalk, hitting 5 people. The suspect then stabbed at least 9 others in the shopping center. The suspect was arrested. So far, no word on a motive. A strong show of support in Niger today for the military leaders who ousted the country's democratically elected president. This comes as West African nations threaten to intervene, and a Canadian company with business interests watches from the sidelines. The latest from CTV's Judy Trin.
Hundreds of people marked Niger's independence from its former colonial master, France, by chanting support for the military junta that engineered a coup.
We have called this demonstration so that the population can support the armed forces of Niger, who have swept away a regime that has bled this country.
8 days ago, Niger's democratically elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, was taken hostage by his own soldiers. To restore order, a coalition of 15 West African countries is threatening to move in with their troops unless the president is freed by Sunday. We must stop these coups d'etat, says Senegal's foreign minister. Today, U.S. President Joe Biden added his voice. I call for President Bazoum and his family to be immediately released and for the preservation of Niger's hard-earned democracy. More than 1,000 French and European nationals have been airlifted out. Global Affairs says about a dozen Canadians have left on flights organized by France, but 215 Canadians are still in Niger.
It's not good for business.
Stephen Roman is head of a Canadian corporation that will soon start mining uranium in Niger. Since the coup, Global Atomic has lost $300 million in market value. Roman has signed agreements with Bazoum and hopes the military will honor them.
They've actually made an announcement that they won't interfere with foreign or other businesses in the country.
In an opinion piece published in the Washington Post tonight, President Mohamed Bazoum called on the international community to help restore constitutional order in Niger. Tomorrow, Bazoum, who is under house arrest, will have a scheduled call with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Heather.
All right, Judy Trin in Ottawa, where a tornado touched down this evening as severe weather moved through the capital region.
Holy there's another tornado.
Heavy rainfall and loony-sized hail lashed parts of the city. The powerful wind gusts down power lines and damaged homes. This morning, a close call for a family whose house was struck by lightning and went up in flames. The accompanying thunder startling neighbors.
Well, we heard this really loud bang shortly after 5. It was so loud that it felt like it was throwing you out of bed.
4 people escaped safely, but the family pets did not survive. Evacuation orders are in place for dozens of properties in BC's interior, where the Adams Lake wildfire is moving dangerously close to homes. Boats are the only means of escaping the small lakefront community, where a ferry spent the day shuttling evacuees out and fire crews in. The Adams Lake fire has been burning for weeks, but took an alarming turn last night when winds changed direction. Nearly 5 months after a fatal fire claimed the lives of 6 Airbnb renters in Old Montreal, the city has launched a pilot project to crack down on illegal short-term rentals. CTV's Quebec Bureau Chief Geneviève Bushman on an issue many municipalities are struggling with.
City inspectors in Montreal go door to door, collecting evidence, checking addresses of online listings for short-term rentals.
We're trying to figure out if everything is according to the law, what the law says.
If not, hosts and online platforms face thousands of dollars in fines. A crackdown in the wake of a deadly fire in March. Flames engulfed a historic building in Old Montreal. For 2 days, firefighters believed only 1 person was missing, but 7 were found dead. 6 were staying in short-term rental units illegal in this part of Montreal. Other cities, too, including Vancouver, are rooting out illegal units and violations.
Our city is experiencing a housing crisis, and there are some people take advantage of our system.
And it will soon get extra help from the province to clean up the system. British Columbia is drafting new legislation expected in the fall. Quebec has already brought in its new law calling for $50,000 fines for hosts posting fake registration numbers and even steeper fines for operators of digital platforms. But it doesn't come into effect until September 1st. A quick search on Airbnb today uncovered suspicious registration numbers, several sharing the code 123456. Airbnb says the law is not yet on the books, but that it has given the province the ability to remove ineligible listings and is looking forward to working with the province in the months to come. The city's crackdown is targeting concerns about security, of course, but is also looking into issues regarding cleanliness and noise. And while this pilot project started just this week, inspectors in Montreal have already flagged several violations. Geneviève Bushman, CTV News, Montreal.
Pop superstar Taylor Swift has made Canadian fans' wildest dreams come true, announcing 6 shows in Toronto. The singer initially overlooked the country, prompting a plea from the Prime Minister. CTV's Adrian Gabriel on whether Swifties are ready for it.
Cherry lips, crystal skies, I could show you incredible things.
What was once a controversial void in a blockbuster world tour has now been filled.
I think it's awesome.
We've been waiting so long to see if she's going to come, and finally.
Taylor Swift's Eras Tour will touch down on Canadian soil November 2024, where she'll perform a jaw-dropping half-dozen shows in Toronto. The superstar sharing the announcement on social media, posting, "Turns out it's not the end of an era."
Swift will be entering the Toronto history books. No artist has ever performed 6 stadium shows here at Rogers Centre.
Doing 6 nights in Toronto is going to guarantee 6 nights of tourism in Toronto, and I think that is a really positive thing for Canada right now.
Swift shows promise to be a destination event, a welcome mega attraction according to those closely watching the tourism industry in the country's largest city.
Urban destinations were slower to recover from the pandemic. A show like this will drive millions of dollars into the economy. There's no question about it.
I'm excited.
She's already in the queue for tickets.
Though just how much and how accessible those tickets will be for fans remains to be seen. When the first leg of Swift's tour went on sale, the queue on Ticketmaster reached 14 million, crashing the site and the hopes of fans across the globe.
Everybody's been watching Ticketmaster/Live Nation for a while. Certainly, they have to get this right. They can't screw this up twice in a row.
For Canadians still feeling snubbed by Swift, who's chosen Toronto as her only stop in the country, this lyric from the singer may help ease any bad blood. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Coming up after the break, a revved-up confrontation. Clashing over a push to make a popular park car-free. Plus,
I knew instantly this was something special.
how a one-of-a-kind card earned a Toronto man millions from Post Malone. Tension between drivers and pedestrians can run high in any city, but in Toronto, a rally last night took a bizarre turn when a city employee pushed a protester with his car. CTV's John Woodward reports.
2 women blocked the road into Toronto's High Park Wednesday night, but this driver couldn't wait. He pushes one along, the other scrambles out of the way. Then he takes his shirt off and gives some people a piece of his mind.
My park should be accessible to all.
His actions extreme compared to those rallying for more car access to the park, driven by people who say the city's plans to restrict that access will make it more difficult for parkgoers.
This new program that they call Accessible is going to make the park less accessible to me and to a lot of people with disabilities.
That crowd attracted the counter-protesters with multiple cars facing them down.
They're dangerous to have in the park. I think it makes it more dangerous for kids.
Someone called 911, emergency crews showed up, and one city worker who told the crowd he wanted to defuse the tense situation.
And we're going to ask now that you disperse and go home, please. No!
Except he looks a lot like someone you've already seen. We caught up with him.
I'm John from CTV News. It looks
comment.
like we have a video of you pushing your car into the protester.
No, you don't. No comment.
You've got the shirt, the sunglasses, what were you doing running your car into that protester?
Don't be ridiculous.
It wasn't so ridiculous to the city administration, who said in a statement, "We have identified this individual as a city employee and are conducting an investigation to take appropriate action." All of that a surprise to the woman who was pushed.
For him to do that makes absolutely no sense. I think he really just made this story a lot bigger, which I guess I'm happy for.
She says she's not interested in making a police complaint. The police say they're not pursuing one. But she is astonished at how well that one driver's actions played into her anti-car message. John Woodward, CTV News, Toronto.
A century-old schoolhouse is making the trip of a lifetime, floating to its forever home. The Henry Hudson Schoolhouse was delicately driven through Vancouver before setting sail on a barge traveling north to Squamish Nation. The building was slated for demolition, but will now serve as an early childhood education center. Still ahead, surviving a rough ride. The sinkhole that swallowed the fire truck. A rare rescue in Montreal today when a fire truck needed to be freed from a pothole of its own making. The truck was stopped at a red light when the recently paved road caved in under its weight. A pothole 3 feet deep swallowed one of the tires, trapping the vehicle for nearly 2 hours. Fortunately, it was not responding to an emergency at the time. Hip-hop star Lizzo has responded after 3 of her former dancers filed a lawsuit alleging they were subject to a hostile work environment, harassment, and weight shaming. On social media, Lizzo said, "Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed." She calls them sensationalized stories from former employees who already publicly admitted they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. After the break.
I was shaking. I still am shaking.
The rare game card connecting singer Post Malone and a multi-million-dollar deal. We leave you tonight with a once-in-a-lifetime discovery of an ultra-rare game card. A Toronto fantasy fan was able to cash in and meet his musical hero along the way. CTV's Vanessa Lee on the one ring to rule them all.
This is when Brooke Trafton's dreams came true, meeting his idol Post Malone, who made him $2.7 million richer.
It wasn't even a plan to even try and sell it to him. It was just to meet him. Like, hey, I want you to see this and appreciate it just as much as I do, because I knew he would. And it escalated really quickly.
Trafton sold his one ring card to the singer, which is so rare only one exists. Created for fantasy game Magic the Gathering, it's part of a collection celebrating the Lord of the Rings series of novels. He came across it in one of 3 boxes he bought at a Toronto store in June.
I knew instantly this was something special and this was something life-changing. I put it down and took a picture, and then I'm like, okay, it needs to be in a sleeve, so I put it in a sleeve, and then I took the video.
Wow.
I was shaking. I still am shaking.
At least 2 companies offered 7-figure bounties for the card, setting off a worldwide hunt.
It's really like winning the lottery. Everybody was chasing this card, and even people that weren't necessarily into Magic the Gathering, the hype was there. So people that were into sports cards or Pokemon cards, everyone kind of got into the craze to chase this card.
A card that has changed Trafton's life, but not the day-to-day. He is still working as a cashier and forklift driver, grateful to be bestowed the power of the ring. Vanessa Lee, CTV News, Montreal.
What a find. That is our newscast for this Thursday night. I'm Heather Butts. For Omar and all of us at CTV National News, thank you for watching. Sandy will be here tomorrow. Good night.